sacrificed so much for it already and dedicated so much of my time that
From Taylor Swift to Jay-Z, Kanye West has fought tons of celebrities during his career. One of those includes Drake, who has shared a bitter relationship with West for the past couple of years. But recently, Drake went all out and fueled his beef with West by dropping an unreleased diss track. Here's what happened. Firstly, a rundown of their complicated history. It would be wrong to say that Drake and West have disliked each other since the beginning. In fact, Drake admits that he didn't always hate West with a passion. In fact, there was a time when he considered him a talented artist deserving the world's respect. But things clearly changed between the two over the years. According to fans' estimates, bad blood brewed between the two stars in 2018 when West got a hold of a tune that Drake wanted for himself. Both stars fought over it, but West ended up using it for his song Lift Yourself. Naturally, Drake wasn't too happy about the lost beat and even admit that West used the beat in a bizarre freestyle that just wasn't good enough. After this, other people got involved in their little feud, including Pusha T, who picked up at an old scab by accusing Drake of ghostwriting on West's Infrared. This prompted Drake to reply with his track Duppy, where he pushed down rumors against his artistic abilities and also bragged about writing for West on The Life of Pablo. Drake went even on record to say, "I've done things for him I thought he would never need. Father had to stretch his hands out and get it from me." I know what you might have already guessed what happened next. Pusha T, who still wanted a piece of all the action going on between the two rappers, decided to insert himself into a situation further and blasted Drake for keeping his son hidden from the public. He also mentioned that Drake planned to use his hidden son for an Adidas campaign, and even though the claims were defamatory and unsupported by any evidence, they caught Drake's attention immediately. He apparently got busy preparing a diss track and claimed that it would destroy Pusha T and would cause damage to West's career. But after preparing the track, Drake decided to shelve it for a while instead of using it instantly. Things got slightly better in 2018 since the two weren't interacting with each other and Pusha T was out of the picture entirely, but there were occasional flare-ups when West used his Twitter to take jabs at Drake, or when he referred to Drake as an artist, which I will not mention because I'm not allowed to mention him or any of his family members on David Letterman's show. But the latest phase of their fight began when Carol Civil, who's a well-known face in the music industry, came out to claim that both stars had patched up their relationship and were not going to be involved in any public spats with each other anymore. She also mentioned that Drake wasn't going to release his Certified Lover Boy on the day West's Donda was to be released. Some gossip groups on Instagram also hinted that both Drake and West had finally put the past behind them and would even collaborate on a track in the near future. But these reports were largely unofficial and had no evidence to support them either. But the peace between the two rappers didn't last so long because West's Donda contained bars on two songs that were clear shots at Drake. The rap goes, "I can give $1 to every person on earth. Man, it's gotta be God's plan. Man, I swear these boys keep playing. We're gonna have to square up then." If you remember, Drake distributes $1 million to Complete Strangers in his God's Plan. Just a week after West released his controversial album, Drake released news of his own album saying that everyone in his way should feel threatened. After this, fans and Entourage members on each side started fighting each other on social media, so people knew that the beef was real this time. Don C, who's one of West's oldest friends, also took a jab at Drake's new Nike sneaker on social media. And as a result of this, Drake's friend Chubbs replied and asked Don C to meet him outside. After the exchange, things got really intense in one of their group chats. In August, West shared a screenshot of a group text that allegedly also included Drake. The chat seemed intense, and even though West deleted the Instagram post immediately, people were able to figure out that the whole ordeal had something to do with Drake. But if West hates Drake with a passion, why does he have a shared group with him? Fans are still wondering why the pair continue to fight and diss each other when there's nothing left to be mad about anymore. But others argue that the beef is real and can only be sorted through a public confrontation, something that both stars don't seem very keen on doing. The diss track. Now Drake is changing the game again by dropping a new diss track, but you'll be surprised to hear that this diss isn't even his own. The rapper was featured on SiriusXM on September 4th to share an unreleased song by Kanye West, who he has had a beef with for the longest time. The track was titled Life of the Party. West has been experiencing some troubling events in his life recently and has also split from his wife Kim Kardashian. He released his album Donda on August 29th, just days before Drake dropped Certified Lover Boy on September 3rd, even though he promised he wouldn't do it. Life of the Party also features the popular Andre 3000 and includes multiple jabs at Drake. West references Drake a couple of times on the track and brags about how dominant he is over the other rappers, but Drake has retaliated by including multiple mentions of his long fight with West in his new album. One of the most popular songs includes Betrayal, which was released in August. That same month, West posted posted and deleted Drake's address in Toronto in an attempt to retaliate, but Drake's fans were not having this disrespect and they stormed West's house soon after that. They wanted to make the point about how unsafe anyone would feel if they had their private residence stormed by a group of fans or haters. This is exactly what West tried to do to Drake. They also vandalized West's home in Chicago and left signs all around the front door that featured diss lyrics. You might not be aware of this, but West had recreated the house for his Donda listening party, and he named the album after his late mother Donda West, who passed away in 2007. But as sentimental as it sounds, people believe that West shouldn't have started a fight he couldn't commit to. Other celebrities Kanye has a feud with, but Drake isn't the only celeb that West has a problem with. He recently took aim at his own ex-mother-in-law, Kris Jenner, and posted a bunch of defamatory tweets against her earlier this year. It seems like posting angry tweets seems to be one of West's favorite pastimes. Especially after the end of his relationship with Kim, West has been taking huge digs at the Kardashian family. He even accused Kris of being a white supremacist and referring to her as Kris Chong-ong. West has also had a rocky relationship with Jay-Z in the past, and the pair continued to ignore each other steadily throughout all events and parties. Even though West claimed that he would ask Jay to become his vice president when he won the US presidential elections, it doesn't seem like Jay would agree to do much of anything with West. Even though both rappers used to be great friends, their relationship turned sour when West interrupted Taylor Swift and Beyonce at the VMAs. Jay-Z clearly disapproved of West's political ambitions and thought it was ridiculous that he wanted to even become the president in the first place. You might have already heard of West's famous feud with Taylor Swift, which dates back to 2009, when Taylor, then 19 years old, was interrupted by West on stage when she was accepting her reward. Swift was told by West that Beyonce deserved the award more than her, and even though Beyonce disagreed and let Swift finish her speech later, a rift had already been caused between West and Swift. West apparently apologized to Swift later, and she even accepted the apology, but they fought again not too long after when he dropped a diss track called Famous in 2016. He made a derogatory and misogynistic remark about Swift in the song, which was not appreciated by her fans at all, and they criticized West heavily on social media because of it. Kim, who was West's wife at home, came to his defense and claimed that West already knew he was going to add those lyrics. Swift denied these claims, but Kim pulled out a video recording of Swift and West having a conversation about the lyrics before the song was released. It was a lot of drama, and Swift later wrote a song titled Look What You Made Me Do in 2017. The pair are still bitter about the whole ordeal, and it seems like West won't be regaining any old friendships anytime soon, as you can imagine. And with that, we'll end this video. Thanks for watching.